how easy it is to catch bass in Florida. And I'm not using um, the best lure for it. The best lure would be a crankbait. But if you're trying to go specifically for bass, this bass jig, half ounce, 3/0 hook with, I got the jig winner. I got the jig winner, 8'10", and the Inspire MLR 3000 with a braid .008 hook, uh, and the fishing cabin is obviously gotta be changed, but and I'm not in fishing time right now. I'm at 5 a.m. It's actually one of the lowest points of this. I'm gonna go here. I really like this spot, and it's weird because once you learn that there are no fish in this game, it's all based on just if there's a fish coming on your hook, it will appear, grab your hook, and if it doesn't grab it, it'll run away and disappear. And if it grabs it, it'll just come and grab it. That's why I like the lift and drop technique, because it's only gonna appear when you go for the lift, and it usually works. I've caught a unique in this spot right here. The least spot I would have thought to catch a unique. I think it's actually still in this game. Right there. If you can see right there, obviously where it's yellow, I caught a 10.51 unique largemouth bass in this same spot. And at the same time, it wasn't in peak fishing time, it was at the same spot. I think the peak was a little bit bigger yesterday, but in this spot I caught a unique. So I'm just gonna go a couple times. I can't do any cuts because I'm doing this actually live because I'm not near a computer. And another thing about that unique was I caught it in this general area, which is like 33 feet in. I caught it like right around here, really early. I didn't even think it was gonna be a unique. I wasn't expecting it at all. It didn't fight me. It was at 33 feet and it came in really quick, and I pulled it up, and my friend was just like, whoa. Not like whoa, but he was like, dude. And I was like, what? And then I pulled the fish up, and I was, because they could see what I caught first. So yeah, I pulled the fish up, and it was, I was fucking like, damn. Because of my fish cabin, I couldn't keep it, which really sucks. I really recommend, like, early on in the game, save up for a fucking bigger fish cabin. It makes things so much better. I can only bring in each day $4,000 worth of fish, and I get that within an hour and a half of real in-game fishing time. So keep that in mind. And now I'm at the lowest peak of fishing time right now, and I am not catching anything. So what I usually do is, at this point, since I'm not catching anything in this spot, once I get to 33, I'm probably going to just reel it in, and I'm going to change the spot. I have a bunch of different spots that I go to in this map, because this is, I would have had a fish right there if you saw. If I wasn't just reeling that in. I like right here, I get good fish, and also to the spot of the right, I'll go next. So I'm just gonna go in one spot each once. Even if I catch a fish, I'll go into the next spot, and I like to do that. I like to keep going in one spot, catching a fish, then move on. That seems to work. And, so I got a little nibble there. Now, like I said, there are no fish in this water. If you go on YouTube and you look up what's under the water in Fishing Planet, there is nothing. There's no fish spawned in. There's no fish, which helps, because if you know in your mind that there's no fish actually chasing your hook or something, then there's no point of like being, okay, should I go slower? Should I go faster? It's all based on, all right, the lift of the lifted drop, and it's all based on the move of the stop and go. So I'll try stop and go all the way down here. I like this spot. Good spot for trophies. Just right on the edges of these places. Whoops. So I'm going to do a stop and go. Also, knowing that when the bait hits the top of the water, you would think, oh, a fish isn't going to go for that. But it doesn't go based on that. Like, a fish will definitely go. I got a fish right there. I didn't even have to pull on the fucking reel to get that one. So the stop and go method works. The lift and drop, I think, is just faster and quicker, especially during peak time. You'll definitely keep pulling them in. Stop and go too. It really sucks. I'm on 33% on my, and we got a decent sized fish on here. Like I said, this is a pretty good for bass here. This is a really good pull. I've even pulled in. I pulled in tarpon with this. I pulled in snooks that are about 15 pounds. It was big, but not trophy. I thought that would have been a trophy. So I just like to go on the reeds, I guess, whatever they're called, and then like next to some lily pads, get it as close as I can and just start from there. For short places like this, I just quick lift and drops. And it usually just pulls the fish in. There we go, see? And we're going to pull the fish in. And especially during fishing time, I'm not in fishing time, and I'm pulling fish in still. During peak fishing time, it's almost constant. You throw the thing in, you're going to get a fish quick, you reel it in, and you do it again and repeat. And easily, I can fill my fish cabin. It's been an hour in game. So about an hour and a half, I'd say about by 6 o'clock, no, by 7 o'clock, I'll have a full fish cabin, which I definitely need to change. I love this game to death, but I really think that it wasn't really planned out perfectly. That was a nice sized largemouth bass. Now this area, see, like, no, I don't like that area. I'll move to a different peg and show you the other areas. We'll go here. This spot is a very short cast. I like to go like right here, right along the edge there. Knowing that I'm not in fishing time or peak fishing time, not too worried about not catching a fish on the first like dragging it in. It's common. That's why I don't mind. That's why I like the lift and drop, because it's quicker. And look, I just got a fish. Randomly just bit my line. I didn't have to pull into it. Actually just bit it. I forgot I'm in the room. Small peacock bass. Not bad, actually. I guess really small, but not bad. It was actually really small. So that's another spot. This is short, but you can go right here, like right there. Could have went a little farther out. And like I said, like you see my bobber. It's almost at the top of the thing. And like I said, if there was actual fish in this water, it probably wouldn't. Look, there you go. It probably wouldn't go for that. But knowing that there's no fish in this game, it's all based on like probability and stuff like that. I'm guessing. Then you don't have to worry. This looks like a decent size. No, it was small, really small actually. If you want to go farther away, go down here. It's about like right there. This is probably where a stop and go would probably be a little bit better. I think I screwed that hole up, but it's still possible to get a fish. I got a nibble. Oh, probably. That's another thing about the stop and go. I mean, sometimes because I haven't been doing it, I'm not really in technique of it. So you just gotta flow with the same thing over and over again. And also, I've realized also, and I'm sure people already know this, is that the fish are all based off, I think, of certain techniques and things. Like I found that going for trout, I found that stop and go is really good for them, and the lift and drop is not that successful. If you had a crankbait, shooting right there, not like to about where the tip is, like right there, Going about right there and bringing along here with a crankbait will definitely get gar here. And gar are definitely in the next peg, which I'm actually going to go to now. And wow, I'm not even in anywhere close to fishing peak time, which is around, starting at like about 11 would be a good time to go to. And you can see I have an hour to go. And that's a thing about this game that I don't like. And there's a couple flaws. One is, right here is a good spot, just right down here. Definitely good for gar right here, Florida gar with a crankbait. Another thing, so the thing about this game that I don't like is the fact that I don't like how everything is just too expensive. Like, the fish don't give you the amount of money that it is, I don't know, it's just very weird. I mean, I guess if you had a bigger fish fort or something like that, the fish castle and stuff, that you can actually spend a whole day here and it'd be worth it, then yeah, I guess so, but that's still a lot of fish to bring in. And then to leave here, I mean, this place costs $1,200. No, sorry, $12,000. And that's including the license to get in here. The license for the advance to catch bass, which I don't see you have to. So that's a lot of money. So to leave here and go back is a big toll. Now, my friend gets good fish there. I get good fish like right here. Right here's a good spot. And you can see, like, I don't know how much fish I had on me when I started this stream, but I have 23 pounds on me now. And this is with 55 pounds, and you will make money here, but I definitely recommend getting something not even higher than the 66-pound one that's after this one, because right now I'm going for the $24,000 one to make this worth it. I like Florida because it's consecutive here, and the fish are consecutive here. I can easily fill my my bag easily within, like I said, within 2 hours. I like right here for peacock is always sitting right here. And I'm doing lifted drops, and I'm doing them fairly quickly too. I'm not like when I first started and not knowing that there wasn't any fish in the water. When I first started, I was throwing it in and then being like, okay, here we go. Go slow, because there might be a fish following this. You know, I'm thinking stuff like that, but it's not like that. So once you know how to exploit the game a little, you know the concept of the game, what the game's doing. I like right here is a good spot. Go right along that. And I'm not casting crazy far. I don't want my line to be in there that long. It doesn't have to be. If you're not going to catch a fish within the first couple lifts, then you're not going to get it. There you go. That was a decent pull, but I don't know if it's going to be great. Now with this, I've had snooks bite on bass jigs too. And for me, snooks are not good because they're bigger than what I can put in my fish cabin. So, but for anybody else, snooks, they give a decent amount of money depending on how big you get it. If it's, I think 15 pounds, it's kind of worth it. The drums, I don't know if they go for, that was a nice size. I don't know if the drums go for bass jigs, but they shouldn't. But snooks apparently go for bass jigs. Actually, I'm going to check that right when I come back. And this is another spot just along these reeds right here. Because fish, they're hiding underneath those reeds. Right now, they hide underneath the lily pads during the summer. Yeah, because they're really underneath there. Maybe you have a higher oh my god. Maybe you have a higher chance of a fish popping out, like whatever calculates that. Maybe you have a higher one when I'm passing these reeds right here. We'll see. So I'm passing them right now. In reality, one would be following my line maybe. And I should get it right here. Oh my god, and I did. That was just luck. Pretty decent, too. That one's... doesn't want to come in. 4 pound? 4 pound largemouth? Trophy, maybe? Is that a peacock? No, it's a largemouth. No, it's a peacock. It was a nice sized peacock. 4 pounds for a peacock is pretty good. And then I don't know about this spot, but you could do it here. Those are pretty much my spots, and I'll stop here, and I'll just go and I'll rotate around. And I guarantee you by 7 o'clock in game time, I will have a full cabin. So, like, look, I didn't get anything here. I'm probably not going to. Oh. So now it's... And I think also for fish bites, then your probability of getting a fish increases. I don't know about the same fish. I'm not sure. But I could do this, and I could possibly get a fish. I have gotten a fish this way. Just by sticking like this. I didn't, but it happens. So now I'll just go back and repeat everything. Here we go with the lily pad. See, I can even go shorter than that, knowing that maybe... Like, look, I'm going to reel mine in, actually. So we're about... still a little farther out than I want to be, but... So let's see. Even though I reeled that in, I have a bite. Now this spot I've found is really good for trophies in this area here. All in this area is really good for trophies, and in the area behind me. I recommend a crankbait with like a 6 foot drop in it. I haven't been very lucky recently with the trophy bass here. In this, I haven't been lucky with trophy bass in general, actually. But I got the unique, and I'm happy about that because I rarely see people get a unique. In fact, since I came to Florida, I've never seen anybody get a unique here until me. Not saying that's hard or anything, but like I used to catch when I was in Oregon and in Falcon Lake, I was getting a lot of uniques there and some trophies and stuff. A lot of trophy trout. See, I'm not gonna catch anything. Here's my peacock spot. And I'm trying to race for time here because I'm trying to prove that in 2 hours you can get at least 55 pounds. But okay. Now I wanted to show you the next spot, but it's really not good for bass in that next spot. You can catch a lot of bass, but that's usually where the snook, the drums, and the tarpon are. And that's over across where my pole is right now. Decent sized peacock. I never get trout, like largemouth over there, so I noticed a peacock. It wasn't bad. See, I'm just gonna go from spot to spot, and I find this to work pretty I'm losing my words. It's pretty early in the morning right now. Still drinking coffee. But yeah, I find this to work pretty decent. Alright, well, I had a little brain fart there after drinking that coffee. It was really good. So again, like I'm saying, this is just the little tips and stuff to help for bass fishing. And like I said, this is not the best setup. If you have the money, pick up a crankbait for this setup. I like this setup with the jig winner and the Inspira MLR 3000 reel. But even with the bass jig half ounce, I'm catching fish pretty often. Not going for big words today. Apparently, I can't do them. And also, like I showed you right there, well, kind of right there. Oh, it's not there anymore. But yeah, you can catch you can catch uniques with this, with the bass jig. So this is when I'm gonna switch my peg. I'll show you the other spot while I'm here. So this is gonna screw up. I'm not gonna make it to 55 pounds in 10 minutes in game time. But I found like right here and right there. Right here is good for drums. Right here is good for some bass, because this is the other side of that thing, so I find bass to be back there. If you can get it that way. I'm sure if I aimed good, I could do it. But also, you can pick up snook, and for my level, or not my level, but my cabin won't handle a snook. I can reel them in, and you'll know if you got a snook on it. They'll fight. They put up a good fight, and the drums I hear, because I've never caught one, the drums I hear put up a decent fight too. And also, I didn't mention float fishing. I don't usually float fish. I know it's good, but I find it a little bit boring. But float fishing is probably the easiest way to catch drums. I don't know about snook, but that's the easiest way to catch drums. You can catch catfish with them, obviously, and you can catch tarpon. But I know for a fact that you can catch tarpon not float fishing. I know you can catch them with, I think, a medium spoon, which kind of helps. But this is that spot. Like I said, it's not very good for bass. So I'm going to go back to my original spot. And right here, like I said, this is where you catch uniques right here, I'm telling you. I don't know about this time. I caught mine at 5:30 in game time, 5:30 a.m. And like I was saying before, if you know the mechanics of the game, it makes a big difference, because you see how my bobber is about to hit the top of the water, and in real life you might not think that would catch a fish, but it does. It catches fish because there are no fish in the water. No fish in the water. It's all based on when a fish is about to bite you, it will appear and go after the thing, and if it doesn't get it, it'll disappear. It's not like it's following it. It's not like it's chasing the bait or anything like that. It's just gonna be there, pop out, nibble on it, and disappear. And literally like vanish out of the game. So this is my favorite spot, and if I can reel it in all the way and a fish doesn't appear, I'll show you exactly where I caught the unique, which I didn't think was a unique at the time because it came at 33 feet. I got a little nibble there. Now, like I said, that nibble doesn't mean that the fish is following me. It might mean that I have a higher chance of catching a fish within now. Meaning that, like, now my chances are up. I don't know how the game is bases off of that, but I do know there are no fish in the lake. So doing a fast lift and drop, it's usually going to get it on the lift. So you can go fast. It's not like a fish is going to look at it and be like, oh, I'm not going to grab it. Look, I was going pretty decently fast and I caught a fish. Little small little guy. I think this is just a really small largemouth. Yeah, pretty small. I caught the unique right in this area at 30 feet. Like 33 feet. And I didn't even know it was unique because I pulled it up really fast. He pretty much ran into the 10-foot area of when you get the fish. So we're just gonna go into my spots. We're at 7 o'clock, so fishing time peak is kind of going up. Yeah, I really like Florida. I really like this spot. So there you go, another fish. So like I said, the flaws that this game has is things are just too expensive. To go to places just too expensive. Like, you got to think, like, if you want to leave to go pick something up, you have to double the money of having to come back. Like, I'm going to pick up another fish. I think it's the Fish Fort next that has like 155. I'm $20,000, and when does my license expires at 3? It's not bad. I'm gonna go back over here. I really like this spot. It's quick. You don't have to go that far. I'm actually going farther than I really want to. Right at the edges. I'm telling you, the closer to the edge you get, the better your chances are of getting a fish. Because it's just... And it don't make sense. In real life, this wouldn't happen. I mean, maybe. But I'm telling you, there ain't no freaking unique fish just chilling here. And I'm really surprised that a unique bit as close as it did. I'd like to put one in again. I don't know what time. Somebody, when I looked up online, it does say that on a cloudy day, which it doesn't look like it's cloudy, oh, decent sized peacock. So I catch one more fish. See, this is where, look, I'm not going to go that far at all. That's what? 80 feet. That's all you need to do. Just pull that bitch in. Quick lift and drops. So I guess a lot of fish, like, well, I guess they're, like I said, there are no fish in the water, but a lot of fish has a chance to come right here at 30. You just do a little bit of, you probably wiggle this bitch around a little bit and probably get something. Not now, but this is definitely my favorite spot. It's quick. Alright, so I'm not catching anything here, so I'm going to move. Try right here. Like I said, these small areas, oh, that's a first. I usually never do that. That might be too short. Not bad. Even like that, 78 feet. Look at that. Another funny thing I find about this game is, even though I have a 55-pound thing, even catching like 5 trophies and then all other moderate fish, I actually tend to bring home more money at the end of the day when I have less trophies in my... Look at that. When I have less trophies in my bag. It's... Oh, I didn't even need to catch this fish, but... I'll bring him in anyway. I'm just going to release it. Alright, so now I gotta... And this is another part that sucks. It's the whole... I have 40 minutes to freaking go, but I can skip it. Which I'm probably just going to end the video here. But look, I filled that up pretty fast. It's pretty good. I don't know if this is helpful to anybody, but knowing a few little tips. There's no fish in the water, so don't worry about fish chasing your line or anything like that. Quick lift and drops. Quick lift and drops. I'm talking about as soon as that thing hits the bottom of the water, bring it back up. And this spot in general is good for uniques all the way down. Even at the very end, don't just reel it in. Wait up to like right here, up into these bushes, and up into whatever these are right here. And the bass jig got me the unique. I like the bass jig on this setup, the jig winner, and the Inspira MLR 3000. Using a 3-speed with you can pretty much figure that one out. But and crankbait I know works, but I never caught a unique with a crankbait. I don't even have a crankbait, so. But yeah, I hope that was helpful, and yeah.